Well, hello there. Let's talk about something truly amazing: sperm. These cells are some of the smallest in the human body. They are incredibly tiny. How tiny? You could fit about 50 of them on the head of a pin. Despite their size, they have a huge job to do. A healthy male produces millions of them every single day. We're talking about 1,500 sperm being created every second. That's a lot of potential. This massive production is all for one ultimate goal: to find and fertilize an egg. It's a biological mission of epic proportions, and it all starts with a very special design. Consider this. The structure of a sperm cell is a masterpiece of biological engineering, built for speed and delivery. It's made of three main parts, each with a critical job. First, there's the head. The head is like the command center and the payload delivery system all in one. It contains all the genetic information from the male. The DNA. This is the precious cargo that needs to be delivered to the egg. Think of it as a tiny biological USB drive, packed with half of the instructions needed to create a new human being. The shape of the head is usually oval and smooth, which helps it travel more easily. On the very tip of the head is a special cap called the acrosome. The acrosome is like a secret weapon or a key. It's filled with special enzymes, which are like biological scissors. When the sperm finally reaches the egg, these enzymes are released. They help the sperm break through the egg's protective outer layer. Without the acrosome, the sperm would just bounce off the egg, unable to complete its mission. It's a crucial tool for the final, most important step of the journey. It's science, and it's happening inside our bodies all the time. Behind the head is the midpiece. You can think of the midpiece as the engine room of the sperm. It is packed tightly with tiny power plants called mitochondria. These mitochondria are responsible for converting nutrients, like sugar, into energy. This energy powers the sperm's tail, allowing it to swim. The tail, also known as the flagellum, is long and whip-like. It thrashes back and forth, propelling the sperm forward on its long journey. The combination of the powerful midpiece and the long tail makes the sperm a fantastic swimmer, ready for its marathon swim. So, where do these incredible little swimmers come from? The sperm factory is located in the testicles, or testes. Inside each testicle are hundreds of tiny coiled tubes called seminiferous tubules. If you were to uncoil and stretch them all out, they would be hundreds of meters long. This is where a process called spermatogenesis happens. It's a big word that just means sperm creation. Special cells inside these tubes divide and transform, slowly developing into mature sperm cells with their heads, midpieces, and tails. This whole process takes about 74 days from start to finish. It's a continuous production line, ensuring a constant supply. Once the sperm are built, they aren't quite ready for the big race. They are like newly assembled cars that still need to go through quality control and get their engines started. From the seminiferous tubules, the newly formed sperm move into a long coiled tube called the epididymis. The epididymis is like a sperm boot camp or a finishing school. It's a single, very long tube that sits on the back of each testicle. If you stretched it out, it would be about 6 meters, or 20 feet, long. The sperm spend about 2 to 3 weeks slowly traveling through this tube. During their time in the epididymis, the sperm go through some very important changes. They mature and gain the ability to swim. When they first arrive, their tails don't move much. But as they journey through this long, winding road, they develop the powerful swimming motion they need for fertilization. They also undergo other changes to their cell membrane that prepare them for the final encounter with an egg. The epididymis is also a storage facility, holding the mature sperm until they are needed. It's a place for training and waiting for the call to action. This entire system is incredibly efficient. The body is constantly working to produce, mature, and store these cells. It's a delicate balance regulated by hormones that tell the testes when to make more sperm. The temperature of the testes is also very important. It needs to be slightly cooler than the rest of the body for optimal sperm production. That's why the testes are located outside the main body cavity in the scrotum. It's a clever bit of biological design to keep the sperm factory running at the perfect temperature for making healthy, active swimmers. When the time comes for the sperm to begin their journey out of the body, a process we call ejaculation, they have a long road ahead. The mature sperm are stored in the epididymis, waiting for the signal to go. When that signal arrives, they are propelled into a tube called the vas deferens. The vas deferens is like a sperm superhighway. It's a long muscular tube that travels from the epididymis up into the pelvic cavity. The walls of the vas deferens contract powerfully, pushing the sperm along their way, at high speed. It's the start of a fast-paced, one-way trip. As the sperm travel through the vas deferens, they are still just the cells themselves. They need some help to survive the journey ahead. The vas deferens loops up and over the bladder, leading the sperm towards a series of glands that will add fluids to them. This mixture of sperm and fluids is what we call semen. The first stop is the seminal vesicles. These are two small glands that contribute a significant amount of fluid to the semen. This fluid is rich in fructose, a type of sugar. This sugar is the main food source for the sperm, providing the energy they need to power their tails. The seminal vesicles fluid does more than just feed the sperm. It also contains other substances that help the semen thicken after ejaculation, which helps it stay in the female reproductive tract. After passing the seminal vesicles, the sperm and fluid mixture moves into the ejaculatory duct, which passes through another very important gland, the prostate. The prostate gland adds its own milky, slightly acidic fluid to the mix. This fluid contains more enzymes and chemicals that help the sperm swim more effectively and survive the acidic environment of the female reproductive tract. Finally, just before ejaculation, the bulbourethral glands, also known as Cowper's glands, add a little something extra. These are two tiny pea-sized glands, located at the base of the penis. They release a clear, slippery fluid that helps to lubricate the urethra, the tube that carries both urine and semen out of the body. This fluid also helps to neutralize any remaining acidity from urine in the urethra, creating a safer passageway for the sperm. With all these fluids combined, the sperm are now part of the complete semen, ready for their exit. So, what we call semen is actually a complex cocktail of ingredients designed for one purpose, to help sperm succeed. Only about 1% of semen is actually sperm cells. The other 99% is the fluid, or seminal plasma, contributed by the seminal vesicles, the prostate gland, and the bulbourethral glands. This fluid is the sperm's life support system. It provides them with food, protection, and a medium to swim in. Without it, the sperm wouldn't be able to move effectively or survive for very long, outside the male body. Every part of the fluid has a job to do. It's a team effort. The prostate gland, which sits just below the bladder, plays a particularly vital role. The fluid it produces is critical for the sperm's motility, which is their ability to move and swim properly. One of the key components from the prostate is an enzyme called prostate-specific antigen, or PSA. This enzyme helps to liquefy the semen a few minutes after ejaculation. Initially, the semen is thick, which helps it stick inside the female reproductive tract. Then, as it thins out, the sperm are freed to begin their swim towards the egg. The prostate is a small gland, but its contribution is huge for fertility. Unfortunately, the prostate gland can cause problems for men, especially as they get older. One common issue is called benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. This is a big name for a simple condition. The prostate gets larger. Because the urethra runs right through the middle of the prostate, an enlarged gland can squeeze the urethra. This can make it difficult to urinate, causing a weak stream, or a frequent need to go to the bathroom. BPH is not cancer, and is a very common part of aging for many men. It's a plumbing problem, really. Understanding the journey of sperm and the systems that support it is incredibly important for science and health. It helps us understand fertility and what can go wrong when couples have trouble conceiving. It also helps us understand men's health, like the issues related to the prostate gland. By learning about these tiny swimmers and their epic journey, we can better appreciate the amazing complexity of the human body. From the production line in the testes to the final swim, it's a story of biology at its most fascinating. Science is all around us and inside us too.